All right, guys, welcome back. Bear down. Short week. We got a lot to get to. This is something I always do on Tuesday. This is stat tracking. I was kind of waiting to see if the injury report would come out first. We'll post that separately. As soon as we get it, there's a lot to go over this week. I was up late last night doing my film study, doing my all 22, and I came across something that made me laugh so hard that I woke up my 4-year-old. So I hope this channel doesn't become too big where I can't have a little fun with it too. So I hope I don't offend anybody with this. And I shouldn't even preface this. I should just play it. For the next 2 minutes, if you don't like it, skip forward beyond it. Maybe YouTube will flag it anyways and say I can't show it. But I came across the most bizarre thing, and I shared it on Twitter. So I used to say don't follow me on Twitter. I actually will say go follow me on Twitter now. I've cleaned it up. I'm more professional. But I have a little fun on there, and I interact a lot more. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, at Adam H. Mason, love to have you follow me because I'm much more about the professionalism of it and posting some all 22 stuff and posting some film review stuff. So I'm posting a lot more on there. So follow me if you want to. But I posted this last night in the middle of the night, and I was absolutely busting up. All right, I'm sitting here reviewing film, and it's the middle of the night, and I might have just caught the most important thing that was missed from Sunday's game. Here's the interception. All right, beautiful, beautiful. Goes up, high points it, grabs it with one hand, brings it in. Good job, Nishan Wright. I want to point out here, Jaquan Brisker. Watch Kwani B come over here to the sideline, and he's going to point out to the ref that this is in. It's in bounds. But there's a little extracurricular activity here that he does. Just watch. Here we go. We're set up. Here's Jaquan Brisker. I'm going to highlight it for you. What do we got? Oh, we're a little off on our... Okay. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Right in front of the ref. Ref is right here. Ref is right there. What do we got Kwani B doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are at least 5 bumps. At least 5 bumps. Get back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in front of the refs. We're so lucky the Bears did not pull a penalty flag on that one.
All right, no question. There is the first one,
yeah,
right?
Agreed, right.
And then coming up is the second one.
Okay, yes, very clear. It's the third.
We'll see it. It's
Just
coming
not
up right
sure.
here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's absolutely 3 pumps.
All right, no question.
Looking right at the ref. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got to recenter our... Sorry, guys, amateur hour. Recenter that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bumps. I have a feeling YouTube is going to make me remove the Key and Pill part. Maybe not the all 22 film. So those who don't know, that's from Key and Pill, a little comedy sketch they do about McCorkle Jones and the hip thrust. So anyways, I had fun with that. I hope you guys have fun with it too. But on to stat tracking. That's what we do on this. Stat tracking through 11 games, and here's some of the key things that we want to go over on this channel. Biggest thing, the offensive line is solidified, and this is last week's offensive line. This is the stats for just week 12, so the 11th game for the Bears. Ozzie Trapillo had the highest pass blocking grade, the second highest overall grade. You can see Jonah Jackson had the highest overall grade, highest run blocking grade, and one of the highest pass blocking grades, but this is organized by pass blocking. Very few pressures allowed, only 4 pressures allowed on the day by everybody combined. That's including Kyle Monangai, including DeAndre Swift. So 2 from the offensive line. There was the sack, but that was credited to Caleb. You see, he has 17 sacks on the year, only 7 by the offensive line. So 10 self-sacks. It's significantly down from last year, though. So I'll show that. So this is the entire league overall after week 12. Denver's in first on pass blocking efficiency. We're tied with Kansas City at 88.2. So us and Kansas City, and then Indy. You can see all these teams have good offensive lines. Pittsburgh, Miami, Houston, Detroit, New York Giants, New England, Los Angeles, the Rams, Seattle, Carolina, San Francisco, Dallas. So this is a new territory for the Bears. Since 2022, we were at 29th. 2023, we're at 26th. 24, we're at 21st. This year, we're tied for second. And this offensive line is going to be together. If Ozzie Trapillo takes over that starting job, this offensive line will be together at least the next 3 years. This year, the year after, and the year after, because Darnell Wright has a 5th-year option, so he should at least be locked in for that. Who knows? if we'll keep him after that. I would assume we would, and we'd get the extension done, but that's up to the front office and how they feel. Good teams continue to find good prospects in the draft and can let guys go and get comp picks for other positions to be filled. So that is yet to be seen. We'll see what happens, but at least the next 3 years, these guys will all be together. That opens a championship window for teams. That allows them to be able to pick up other players, not have to focus on the line in the draft, focus on the defense, and you can open up a window where Caleb Williams is protected and he can get comfortable and do what he needs to do. So here he is from last week. I shared this on the other video, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but when you break down the adjusted completion percentage of this game, he looks pretty phenomenal. So this is actually the wrong game. Great. The wrong game. So I had to hurry and fix that. But he still looks phenomenal in this one. 66.7% adjusted completion percentage, 8 defensive pressures, only 1 sack taken. His time to throw is way down. But as I've said on here, that doesn't matter. Even when it looks good on paper, that doesn't matter. I don't care about the time to throw. I care about this more. So this is his one weakness in the game. Big time throws were non-existent. He was a little bit more off than normal, so a little bit less accurate than normal. Turnover worthy plays 3. Obviously, we know the one that was a free play got intercepted, but that didn't count. But there were 2 other ones that should have been intercepted, and then the one in the end zone that he fumbled. So that's where he gets 3 turnover-worthy plays from, and that's not normal for him. It's usually reversed. 3 big-time throws, 0 turnover-worthy plays, but everyone's going to have a bad game now and then. This was one of his worst games, in my opinion, and he still looked phenomenal, controlling the pocket, being aggressive, being able to, keep ripping it. When something goes south, I showed on Twitter, right after he had the fumble in the end zone, the very next play was just a perfectly ripped ball to Colston Loveland on the sideline for a 15-yard gain. It was beautiful. So he didn't let it affect him, and that's kind of unlike Caleb from years past, where you'd see him come out the next drive and be a little bit frazzled or be on the sideline with his head back. And I thought, trying to remember, is Clay Harbor. Clay Harbor did a little video on NBC Sports where he talked about in this exact thing. In years past, Caleb would be on the sideline, head back, laying on the ground for an extra 3 seconds. You're not seeing that from Caleb this year. Even when he has something go south, he gets frustrated for a minute. He goes back. He's on his tablet. He's not showing the emotions on the sideline. So there's another spot where Caleb is improving this year, and I like to see that. I like to see the progression in all areas, including his emotions. So here, back to the stats. What I do on this one is I always show 2025 to 2024's totality, and then I math out this 2025 for 17 games, and you see how they compare. So defensive pressures, they're going to be way down if we stay at the same pace. 241 last year, on pace for 215. Sacks, 68 last year, on pace for 26. Pressure turn to sack percentage, this is the most significant thing that's changed in Caleb's game. 28.2 last year, 12.2 right now this year. Time to throw, doesn't matter, 3.03 last year. I think they kind of forced that too much and caused too many errors in him. They didn't let him play his game as much, and it's showing that Ben Johnson lets Caleb be Caleb a little bit more. Time to throw is a little bit up. I mean, in year 5 and 6, that's probably going to come down naturally because the kid has all the reps, has all the experience. So I'm not worried about this time to throw, and I hope that's the one thing you take from this channel this year, is that time to throw doesn't matter. It's about the process and him being able to understand his pocket and avoid the pressures and not turn the ball over. So it is one thing to turn the ball over in the end zone and fumble that one. That was a bad play, but you're seeing that significantly less out of Caleb this year. So it's a really good thing. His scrambles are about the same as last year, and that's not good or bad. It's just good. That's just Caleb, so it's going to be what it is. But his first downs, as a result, are up. So that's a good thing. NFL pass rating is up as well. Here's his adjusted completion percentage. There's his completion percentage. Those are important, but those aren't as important as him developing and understanding the process. He's on pace right now for 3,969 yards on the season. He's at 2,568 right now. And of course, this is the Bears' single season record, and no Bear has thrown for 4,000. For touchdowns, he has 16. He's on pace for 25. Bears' record is 29. No Bear has thrown for 30. So if he wants to do that, we're going to have a little bit of jump here in the next couple weeks. So here's at this point, don't look at 8. I don't know why I always miss something in editing. It's 11 through the first 11 games, and the stats are correct, but I missed the 8, so I apologize. So you can see as you go down through there, completion percentage is a little bit down, adjusted completion a little bit down, yards are up, touchdown to interception ratio is up, defensive pressures is down, sacks is way down, pressure turn to sack way down, time to throw is up, big time throws are up a little bit, turnover worthy plays slightly up, NFL passer rating is up just a little bit as well. So there's a little bit you can garner from that, but this is not the end all be all. Oh, this is so important. You're just kind of tracking the stats. That's what we're doing with this episode of the video. All right, here are your receivers, what they're on pace for. You see Rome is on pace for 1,009 yards. DJ Moore is on pace for 750. On pace is the up top number here. Blue line is, kind of out of 1,000 yards, gauging where they're on pace to end up. And then the white number on the side here is where they are right now. So Rome at 653, DJ Moore 485, Loveland 378, Luther Burden 295, Lamade Zacchaeus 254, DeAndre Swift 225, and Cole Kmet 195. On pace for 1,009, 750, 605, 472, 393, 360, and 312. Here to me is kind of a more key indicator, more indicative of how Caleb is finding his receivers and who's the bigger helper to him. This is every receiver ranked by their NFL passer rating when they're targeted. And so who has been the most efficient for Caleb to help him out? And this year, Rome's a little bit down, and this is why he's getting crap from people. He's dropping way too many, not coming down with the contested catches. Still a phenomenal receiver. It's just down a little bit for him. So that's a little knock on him. I can understand why people are knocking on him. I get it. I still don't think you should be, don't give up on Rome and don't give him crap for being a little bit of a sophomore slump with some of his key indicators. He is being keyed on by defenses a lot more this year. He's being treated like a wide receiver one. So they are keying on him. They're making it more difficult. They're giving him, he's going to learn from this. This is something good for Rome long term, but it is, his numbers are down. So I can understand the flack he's getting, but I don't think it's completely warranted. This game, you're going to have a couple of solid defensive backs really covering him and DJ Moore. You should see a monster game out of Luther Burden and Colston Loveland, which are his two highest NFL pass rating when targeted. Colston Loveland 131.3, Luther Burden 136.6. Then DJ Moore, who's come up quite a bit. He's been doing really well the last couple games. DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, Cole Kmet, who's also coming up, looking really good. So big help. I can see this being the tight end game for sure with the Eagles' solid defensive backs. All right, rushing, what they're on pace for in the rushing game as well. So you've got DeAndre Swift on pace for 1,038 yards, Kyle Monangai on pace for 712 yards, and Caleb on pace for 453. They currently have 649, 461, and 293 yards. Here's your top rushing quarterbacks in the league. This is not, man, I forgot to. I'm just going to scooch right past that page, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hurry everything this week because we got a short week. It is what it is. But Caleb doing very well. The running backs doing very well. I'm very happy with our running game so far this year. So here's the schedule. Here's the green are the wins. Obviously, the red are the losses. We've got the Eagles, then the Packers, then the Browns, Packers, Niners, and Lions. And we're right on pace for what I predicted for the schedule. Here was my prediction at the beginning of the season. I said 11-6. I said we'd win or lose. You can't predict those against the division. They're too hard. So we'd split. I didn't say which ones, but I said we would split these. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. And we would lose to the Ravens, to the Eagles, and to the Niners. And then I said we'd probably have a surprise loss in there somewhere too. So I had us 11-6. I think it's very possible we go 12-5 at this point. But we're right on pace with those things. And the Bears are looking good stat-wise, and in any way you look at them, 8-3 is solid. As Ben Johnson would say, it's nothing to snuff at. Yes, he used that quote, a snuff. It's nothing to snuff at after we were 7-3. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, let them know about the channel. We are growing this sucker. We want to get it to 12,000 before the end of the season. I think that's a little low on the goal. We should go higher because I think we're putting some quality content out there. So if you like it, hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, da Bears, bear down.
Bear down, sports making Chicago.